there is one huge mistake that people brand new to blogging almost always make. And it's such a big mistake that a lot of people never recover from this. And I don't want that to be you. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the video. Hi, my name is Brent. I'm an adventure and wellness blogger, and I started blogging because I wanted to turn my hobbies into a scalable business that I could eventually step away from. Before we get into this huge mistake, let's talk about why you are most likely blogging in the first place. I've helped some of the largest brands in the world build content and create marketing campaigns, and there's a lot of different ways that you can make money online. There's a lot of different ways you can make money from generating content. So why are you thinking about blogging? Well, here's why I chose blogging as the cornerstone of my content business. One huge aspect to blogging that almost no other content creation medium has is the ability to completely step out of the business, or at least to step out of the business to some extent. Here's what I mean by that. Let's say that you want to take a break for maybe 6 months. You want to go on a vacation, you just want to take a sabbatical, and your primary revenue stream is through influencer content. You're posting social media content, or even let's say you're hosting a podcast. If you step away for 6 months, that revenue stream is really going to stop. If you run a blog, it's a little bit different because you can hire someone who's a travel blogger, or if you're not into travel blogging, something else. You can hire someone to step in and write for you. In fact, you can even design your business where that is just a part of your operations. This not only gives you the freedom to step away for a bit, but it also allows you to scale your business, at least initially, in a way that social content and a lot of other content mediums simply can't. Now, the further you get into your business, there's absolutely a lot of reasons to grow and diversify your traffic source. And so it absolutely makes sense to start a social media content, for sure start a newsletter, to start a podcast, whatever makes sense to how you want to run your content business. But what I'm talking about is a place you start, the cornerstone of where you're going to develop the majority of your content out of the gate for your business. There's also another pretty big reason to start with blog-based content or long-form written content, and that is that blog revenue and blog traffic is much more predictable than other types of traffic, again, especially in the beginning. One thing you learn once you get into blogging is that not all traffic sources are really created equal. Once you start attracting enough traffic to get advertising platforms and really advertisers in general interested in your blog, you realize there's certain types of traffic they look for over other types of traffic. In fact, there's some traffic sources that they really dismiss altogether. Unfortunately, a lot of traffic from social media, especially certain platforms, is part of the traffic that they tend to ignore. The reason for that is that advertising platforms are looking for traffic that is going to be consistent month to month to month, or as close to that as possible. And a lot of the traffic that you get from social media has pretty significant spikes and pretty significant lows. So a lot of times they will just ignore that altogether. There are some exceptions to that, which we will make a video about at some point. But again, another great reason to start your content business with blogging. Okay, so you're convinced, you think blogging is the space that you want to start your business with. What is the number one mistake that a lot of people make when they first get into this? Unfortunately, this is not something that even crosses a lot of people's minds when they're starting their blog. And that is to think about how you are going to exit your blog, your business, before you even start. So a lot of people forget to think about their blog as a business, as something that can be bought and sold. It can be really easy to get into blogging because it's just something that you're passionate about. There's a hobby that you're passionate about, or you're passionate about your career and you want to tell other people about it, and the idea of making an income from that sounds really cool. But you should always be building your blog, building your business with an exit strategy in mind. You never know when you're going to need some extra income. Maybe you need to sell your business. You need to build your business in a way that it is attractive to people who might want to take over that blog someday. Even if you're thinking, you know what, I love this, I'm never ever going to sell this, even if I make no money from it. But here's the thing, it also forces you to think about the topics that you're going to create in a more intentional way. It forces you to control your costs more when you're thinking about it as a business, when you're thinking about something that you could be held accountable for someday, that someone else might be looking into and saying, hey, I'm interested in purchasing this. It just changes the way that you think about developing your blog. Even if your time is initially going unpaid, which is most likely the case when you're starting out, you still have to count that as a cost. You have to think of your time as an investment in your business, because there most likely will come a time when you're investing other resources besides just time into your business. And when you get to that point, you need to already be in that mindset, and your operations for your blog needs to be in that mindset as well. I'm going to have a video out soon that talks about how to get your blog ready for an exit for a potential buyer before you even start. So be sure to watch for that video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it when it comes out. But until then, get outdoors, find something you love, and live your life. And you know what? Start blogging.